Today we will be going over Twitch, the Plague Rat, his runes and masteries, summoner spells, his itemization, and why I've picked him for this video. Now, I've just started playing Twitch, and I must admit that he is one of by far the best ADs in this game, for many reasons. Let's start with Twitch's kit. Twitch's passive is named Deadly Venom. Every time you auto-attack an opponent with Twitch, it adds a stack to them. Each stack does progressively more damage over time. We will go into detail later on how Deadly Venom really affects a team fight or laning phase. One of Twitch's most interesting mechanics is that he is essentially a stealth assassin / AD carry. This goes into Twitch's first ability, Ambush. It provides a certain flair for laning phase. You can either go up middle gank lanes, you can stay bottom, get the attack speed bonus that it provides after you come out of stealth, or you can disengage from team fights. It's a great thing to max out second after Expunge, but we're going to get into that a little bit later. The next ability on Twitch's kit is called Venom Cask. This ability is not so important, but it does add 2 instant stacks to the opponent that you're fighting, so you can out-trade them a little bit faster than just auto-attacking. For this ability, I like to max it out last. It doesn't provide anything other than 2 instant stacks and a very small slow debuff. It's still relevant, but only use it if you're trying to out-trade or to slow an opponent. The next ability up is called Expunge, Twitch's bread and butter. Expunge is a very, very powerful laning mechanic. You can use it to harass opponents off lane, you can use it to clear waves quicker, you could use it for a lot of things. The reason why Expunge is so powerful is that you have a W key that gives you 2 instant stacks. And as long as you auto-attack an opponent 2 times, and then W key them, and it hits, which is it's considered an AoE. It's considered an AoE damage effect. So, as long as you hit them with your W key and then auto attack them twice, you'll be able to outtrade any AD or support bottom lane as you wish. Take this kill lane thought process into consideration when you play Twitch. You have an Expunge that every auto attack you add 1 stack onto it. You add 2 stacks onto it every W key you throw down and hit an opponent with. And then you can auto-attack 2 more times to max out your Expunge. Now, on a 6-stack Expunge, it can be anywhere between 400 to 600 damage right off the bat. That's not factoring auto-attack damage also. So, if you factor in the 400 to 600 damage, add on the 80 to 90 damage you're going to be doing per auto-attack, and that's approximately 4 attacks. Now that adds up to it's like around 1,100 damage right off the bat right there. Then factor in the Blade of the Ruined King that is going to be your first item built. That's an extra 200 damage right off the bat. So that's a total of 1,300 to 1,400 damage. Not to mention if you throw down Expunge, or not Expunge, but Spray and Pray, you have an added 35 increased attack damage. So you're going to be 100ing to 0ing a enemy AD carry literally in a matter of seconds. Twitch's final ability and his ultimate is called Spray and Pray. Twitch's Spray and Pray is extremely powerful. It adds 300 bonus for a total of 850 max range to Twitch, and it also gives you 20 damage at level 1, 28 damage at level 2, and at level 3, which is maximum, 36 extra damage. His bolts do pierce, they hit multiple targets. Each bolt that hits a target, like, I guess, after it hits the first target, then hits the second, third, fourth, fifth, etc., it does 20% less damage, down to a minimum of 40% damage total. The interesting thing about Spray and Pray is that even though it hits all opponents, it still applies all on-hit effects. So if you have red buff, and you pop Spray and Pray, and you hit everybody with it, it's going to slow everybody that you hit. It's a very strong, very, very strong ability to have red buff on, or to have a frozen mallet. Alright, let's get on to Twitch's rune page. For marks, I like to go full flat ADs, well, just AD marks, and I like to get 1 crit chance mark just in case I get that random critical that could change an entire fight bottom. For seals, I like to go armor seals. Quintessences would obviously be lifesteal, full lifesteal bonus ones, 3 of them total, and flat magic resist to give me a better early game. Let me reiterate why I use lifesteal quints rather than just flat attack damage runes. The lifesteal bonus quints stack with the Blade of the Ruined King that I get on on Twitch, which I'll be going into the build after I go into like what summoner spells you want to pick up for Twitch. So if you're going a full damage AD like a Graves, you're going to want to go BT. So there's no reason for you to have lifesteal bonus percentage. You just want to go flat AD because Graves' abilities all scale off of full AD. There's no AP ratios involved in any of his abilities except for his smoke screen. So that's the only AD that I would suggest going full 15 AD on. But other than that, yeah, that's the reason why lifesteal bonus is so important for ADing bottom, because instead of just having the straight 12% that you get from Blade of the Ruined King, or that might be Bilgewater Cutlass, correct me if I'm wrong, you'll get a full 16 to 17% increased lifesteal bonus. So it's almost a little bit better than BT. So that's my thought process with that. Now let's go into the masteries for Twitch. Okay, so for mastery pages on Twitch, there's not very much you really have to worry about. I mean, I have a little bit different than what like the normal thing would be for Twitch. I get 2 points in the butcher because I'm not awesome at last hitting yet, as I should be. But I get those 2 points in the butcher. I don't get exhaust or ignite, so I don't really need 1 point into Summoner's Wrath. So instead, I put 3 points into meditation on the very right side underneath utility tree, and then 1 point into Summoner's Insight, so I can get the cooldown reduction on Flash, which is really great. But that's just a standard page. The reason why I get 3 points in the meditation, by the way, is because it helps me spam my abilities more. My E key and my W key, I could spam a lot more than without meditation. And I think it's very, very important to have some sort of mana regen on Twitch, just so that you can be aggressive when you need to be. For Twitch's summoner spells, I suggest only getting Flash and Barrier. Everything else isn't really worth it. You're going to need Barrier and Flash to survive bottom lane. Ignite can just be barriered away, and it's really pretty much useless. Cleanse is a decent alternative to Barrier, but that's only if you're playing against a high CC team and you need a little bit more cleanse than normal, or if you're playing against an Ashe lane, because you can't really outtrade an Ashe if she ults you and then just auto attacks you for 3 or 4 times. By that point, you're going to have to run away and just disengage. But other than that, Flash and Barrier are by far the best options for Twitch bottom lane, hands down. Believe it or not, the build for Twitch is very straightforward. I like to go a Blade of the Ruined King, rushing it into boots, into obviously attack speed, Berserker Greaves, and then I like to go into a Infinity Edge. Blade of the Ruined King and Infinity Edge are the 2 highest damage dealing items in the game. So if you couple those 2 together, you're going to be carrying the game very early. And with Twitch's buff on his Q key and his E key damage, you'll be able to just stomp everybody. After you go Blade of the Ruined King, you got your IE, and then you have your boots. You want to rush Last Whisper. That sets you up for late game. You already have attack speed. You don't really need attack speed like a Phantom Dance or something, because you have your Q key already. You already have your steroid. But then after that, after you've decided like what you want, that's 3 items so far. And then the 4th item would be Last Whisper. Then the 5th item would either be some sort of survivability, or you can go attack speed crit. You need crit after that point, or survivability. You can go GA, Static Shiv, or Phantom Dancer, either of those. And then the 6th item should most definitely be some sort of survivability item. I only suggest GA or Randuin's, or even, I would even say maybe Zanya's, because it does stack with your E key, AP ratio with your E key. So it's still viable. So whatever you choose to really use on Twitch it's up to you. But his core build is by far Blade of the Ruined King, IE, Last Whisper. Those are the 3 items you definitely know on Twitch to carry. So if you liked this video, and if you liked the information that I provided, please like the video, of course, and subscribe. And by next week, I'll have another video up again, and we'll continue on this. But also, to tell you guys a little bit about my stream, I'm going to be streaming on and off here and there every so often, like every day or so. Maybe for like 3-4 hours, maybe for an hour. I don't know. It depends. I have a very, very hectic life schedule, and sometimes I kind of rage. So, I'm still trying to get over the rage aspect of me. Even in Platinum 4, I rage at people. They, some supports, they don't know how to support. They just main something, and I get really angry about that. But, Like I said, if you like, subscribe, comment. If you have any questions, send it to crowderlolgg@gmail.com, and I'll answer your questions as fast as I can. So, hopefully I'll see you guys around and see you guys on my stream asking questions, or if not, asking me questions through Gmail. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Have a nice day.